let's talk about picking up your child meltdowns. All right, guys, I'm Dr. Amna Husain, board certified pediatrician, board certified lactation consultant, and mom. And I have all been there where you all have. When you pick up your child, you're so excited to see them, and they are a beast. They're a bear. They are literally just so angry. You don't know what pissed them off. You don't know what you're saying that's pissing them off. You don't know how to handle it. So let's talk about why this happens and what are the best practices we could possibly do to help manage these emotions. So first off, let's try to put ourselves back into the minds of a child who gets picked up at that age. You are probably tired. And in this case, your child may be overtired. Does that mean that you have to give them a shorter day? Not necessarily. You know, some children don't nap in the afternoon. Some parents have work issues that they may not be able to pick up their child earlier. Your child may, for whatever reason, be overtired. They may be hungry as well. That is very important because sometimes you're at school, it's the afternoon, lunch was 2-3 hours earlier, it's time for a snack. And another big important reason, if your child's super well behaved at school, your teachers are having no issues, and then you pick them up and they're just awful. They're a beast. It's not your fault. They've kind of had this pretense up and they kind of just let it fall. Now, I'm not saying being well behaved is a pretense, but I will say, imagine coming home after working the whole day, a 9-to-5 job. You kick off your shoes, you just want to change to your pajamas, and you just want to sit and watch TV. Does that make you lazy? No. But it is a chance for you to just let go and do something completely different than what you've been doing for the whole day. And that's kind of where children are. Now, one thing I once heard is it's actually a really good sign of good parenting when your child is so well behaved at school, but then kind of lets it loose with you, because that means that you've taught them to behave well in public, and that around you, they're very comfortable just sort of letting go of those emotions. That doesn't mean that they're naturally a bear or naturally very angry or having tantrums. It just means that they have a lot of emotions that they have to kind of conquer. They might not be like that on the weekends. So let's talk about what we can do to help get through these emotions. Well, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of routine. I talked about that so much when it comes to sleep training, but routines are so important. They help children feel secure. They help them feel safe. When you can anticipate what's going to happen, that's really helpful. That doesn't mean that you pick them up and you go to the movies one day, you go to the mall one day, you go to Barnes and Noble one day, and then one day you come home, and then one day you go to the park. Trying overall to keep it sort of similar every single day. Of course, there's room for some changes if you have to go run to the store, pick up something, but overall trying to keep it somewhat similar. Routines help children understand what's expected from them. It helps them understand what's to come. It also honestly helps as a parent as well, because oftentimes routines can help eliminate power struggles, or you can plan an important decision within the routine. So you're kind of giving your child some power and some control, but you're able to also understand and anticipate what it's about. So for example, brushing your teeth. You know they're going to brush their teeth every night. You know that they're going to have a tantrum about it every single night. But that's okay. You anticipate that tantrum. Maybe you can give them the option of, do you want to brush your teeth before the shower or brush your teeth after the nightly shower? Something like that. Having routines makes it really helpful for transition periods. And that's what this is. This is just a huge, huge tantrum and behavioral, emotional regulation difficulties during this transition from school to coming home. That's where that pickup period can get really hasty. And then when you're at home, trying to manage those emotions. So this is just one big transition, and routines really help during a transition. Also being able to talk through the routine. So maybe if you've picked up your child and you're on the way home, you're going to talk about, we're going to go home and we're going to have a snack. Okay, so trying to anticipate and let them know. Just like if you were at a playground and you just say, okay, time to go, you're going to have lots of tantrums. But if you say, all right, 5 more minutes, and then you get to say goodbye, you've kind of given them a mental reminder of what's to come. All right, my second tip is snacks. Okay, so having a choice within reason is very helpful. We hit on this a little bit, but honestly, that overtired and overhungry often goes hand in hand. Snacks helps make and identify one period of the routine that can become a little bit more fun, and it gives them a little bit more creativity. Lastly, I tell parents this is not personal. This has more to do with physical needs. This, again, can really be helped with some one-on-one time. Now, that can be very difficult. For example, when we went to longer days and my youngest was not even a year old, she was very dependent on me. And when my child, who was, I think at that time 4, and was staying longer days, was having so many tantrums and just wanting to be so close to me at that time, which I couldn't do. So we actually had to cut back to shorter days. Now, able to revisit this at age 5, my youngest is a little bit more independent. I can give her that physical time because my youngest doesn't need me, to be on my hip as often. I think that's really helpful for parents to know is sometimes it's just this physical need, and that one-on-one time. I know we think that we are giving one-on-one time even if we are doing other things and they're the only other person in the house with us, but perhaps just getting a chance to sit down when they have that snack and talk to them. And maybe it doesn't have to be talking about school. Maybe they don't want to talk about school, and that's okay. It could be something totally mindless. That special time means no distractions, so you're not on your phone, the TV's not on in the background, and you're able to just focus on each other and have a conversation. Now, are these 3 fail-safe methods to make sure your child never has a tantrum? No, but they definitely help. Remember, routines, snacks, physical needs, all of those things will really help when it comes to anticipating what your child needs during this crucial pickup meltdown time. All right, let me know what's worked for your child during this period. Comment below. If you've liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. We'll see you next week. Bye.